Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. I love you guys. If you're here to watch for a Gemini, you are more than welcome. Everyone only take what resonates, throw the rest away. If you're watching this at a different date and time stamp, it comes to you when it's meant for you. Also, if you're watching this for your sun sign in Gemini and it does not resonate to watch other videos, whatever's going on astrologically at the time, it will be affecting you more than your Gemini sun placement. Okay? Personal information is down below in the description box. Let's see what we got cooking for our good-looking Geminis. Your Mars placement is at play for you right now, is what I just heard. So Mars is all about how we progress forward, our energy, how we use our energy, how we navigate our energy. If you have a fire sign Mars placement, you're pretty much unstoppable. Okay? And I'm thinking that someone has an Aries Mars here. I'm picking up an Aries Mars placement. I'm also getting makeup artist vibes. Someone might be a makeup artist, getting into being a makeup artist, or doing the lashes. Lash extensions. What do we have for Gemini? We have the Six of Swords. Gemini, some of your people are around you this week, those that have passed over. You're very connected to spirit right here. You have some people looking out for you on the other side. So if there's anything worrying you, it looks like you're going into this week pretty calm. Calm, cool, and collected with the Six of Swords energy. You're feeling pretty all right there, my friend. Feeling pretty all right. But I am getting some visitors from the other side for you, Gemini. Yeah, I'm getting anything that you've been through, Gemini. I feel like you just kind of kept going until you just truly did not care anymore. And you're creating some type of balance in your mind in regards to things. I feel like you're at a place where you can easily let things go. You're in the energy of it is what it is. I'm not going to change how I feel about myself or change how I feel about going about my day because of anything outside of myself. This is it is what it is card. I'm okay with it, is what I'm getting. I'm okay with it. I heard that in a New York, Brooklyn accent. I'm okay with it. Like someone that's like on Staten Island. Kind of like an Italian mother vibe there. I'm okay with it. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I just saw Pinocchio. And Pinocchio's nose grew and it lied. Oh, now my nose is itching. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the Page of Cups. I heard fresh start. And the Chariot. I just heard words left unspoken. I feel like with the Six of Swords, you don't feel the need to tell your side of the story with people, places, and things. I feel like you've left some words unspoken and you're okay with that. Like, again, it is what it is. Energy. I am just getting this fresh start. Some of you guys are purchasing a new vehicle also. I feel like it's brand new. I don't feel like it's used. I am getting a Kia. Someone's purchasing a new Kia. I feel like it's a 4-door car. Smaller car. For some of you, that's a fresh start. Getting rid of an old car. I feel like the old car gave you some troubles. I am getting like engine stalling. The engine would stall out on you. But for those of you that aren't purchasing a car, I feel like the Six of Swords is a card of just forgiveness. It is what it is energy. And there might be somebody that does want some type of fresh start with you, because the Page of Cups can be represented by an apology, and the Ace is a 1. It is a beginning. And this is progression forward, getting over obstacles, moving ahead, energy, progressive energy. I feel like a lot of you just kind of power through things, progress through things by just deciding it is what it is. Like, I can't change it. I can't alter it. So why should I think about it? Why should I let it disrupt my peace? Why should I let it bring me anxiety? Why should I do that? And I feel like a lot of you guys have this like connection to your inner child, which Gemini, you guys are the children of the zodiac. You guys are known to be playful, fun, flirty. And I feel like you guys are very in tune with your inner child and have been healing him or her by releasing control and allowing things to be what they are. Not trying to change it, not trying to hold on to it, not trying to reverse and look in the rearview mirror. None of that. You're just kind of like, okay, this chapter closed, this door closed, fresh start, new start. And I feel like that was something you healed with your inner child, because I am getting there's something here or was here in regards to attachment issues, either avoidant attachment, anxious attachment, whatever it was, there was some type of an attachment problem stemming from childhood. So if you had an absent parent, if you had an emotionally neglectful parent, those can, you know, really navigate a certain attachment style within a child that determines the trajectory life path of that child going into preteens, going into early adulthood, going into adulthood, and so on and so forth. I feel like some of you guys have healed some things that went on from your childhood with your inner childhood wounds, and therefore you just kind of are at this state of it is what it is, peace, progressing forward. I really want to steer away. I really do want to steer away from Mercury retrograde, bringing the past back up, people resurfacing. Of course, the cards can indicate that, but the Ace of Wands and the Page of Cups with a fresh start vibe I'm getting, you know, an apology, but I'm really getting that a lot of you guys have made a lot of progress in regards to healing. If you're going to therapy, if you're going to counseling, if you're just working on yourself in general, if that's not something you can fiscally afford at this time, I see that your healing is really working and taking place and bringing you back to little you. And looking out for little you. Like, what would little Gemini do? What was little Gemini not allowed to do or supposed to do or couldn't do that now Gemini can do for little Gemini? Like, what can I do to protect myself here? But I'm getting this attachment, a healthy attachment style. Some of you guys have really grown into that. The Moon card. Cancer energy. That is your neighbor, so you could be a Gemini, Cancer, cusper. But yeah, I'm just getting a lot of wisdom and a lot of growth from you, Gemini. You guys have really become very wise in knowing yourself. Know thyself. You just know who you are. You've grown into what your little self would have wanted you to become. And I'm getting like with this inner childhood way of healing, whatever you've been doing to heal your inner child, I feel like it's been something that you've been on a journey by yourself doing. I heard recuperating. Some of you guys are recuperating from something. Something may have happened that threw you into that healing period, Gemini. Sometimes it's a tower moment. A massive change in our life that kind of throws us into a sense of, I heard entrapment. That's interesting. I wasn't going to say that, but I heard entrapment. But throws us into a sense of questioning things. When things are taken away from us and our world is rocked and things aren't how they used to be and we have massive change happen, sometimes we have that evaluation period of, wow. And you start to soul search and you start to deep dive. And sometimes you look at patterns. Sometimes we need something to shake us to really get to our healing and working on ourselves. I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself. You're very wise, Gemini. And here are your two twins. Now, a lot of people say Geminis are two-faced and fake and disloyal and fickle. But I feel like you guys are just multifaceted. Of course, there's shadowy Geminis that are that way. But there's a shadow side to every sign. But I'm getting that you guys are pretty multifaceted. You know who you are. You accept your shadow side. and you accept the light side. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you've accepted them. I am getting this energy of being wanted from this. So again, I'm feeling more of like some of you guys dealt with emotionally neglectful parents, not necessarily absentee parents, but emotionally neglectful, that either left you with an anxious attachment style or an avoidant attachment style. You know, anxious attachment where you need constant communication, constant reassurance, you know, constantly someone's there and they keep affirming that for you. And then avoidant attachment is somebody who doesn't want that constant attention and affection, doesn't want to be, you know, constantly in conversation or touched or cuddled or anything like that. They're two extremes of each other. But interestingly enough, a lot of those two I've seen just from readings I've done and personal people is I've seen those two, anxious attachment style and avoidant attachment style, attract to each other, which is like a recipe for a disaster because one pushes away because of their attachment style and the other one's like grabbing for them because of their attachment style. You know, there's a clash there. So I feel like you guys have really done a lot of healing work. I feel like you just feel really good about yourself and content with where you are. We do have a lot of Cancer energy out here. 2 major arcana Cancer cards and Pisces, but this is really more of a Cancer card for me because of the moon, and the moon does rule our Cancer friends. I don't know why I just heard this random message, but baby out of wedlock. I don't know if you're going to get pregnant. Are you wary of pregnancy here with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Cups? Would you have the baby in June then? Because we have 2 Cancer cards, 9 months. June, July. Be careful getting pregnant here. I feel like someone's pretty fertile. I heard baby out of wedlock. Okay. I'm proud of you, Gemini. This is a good reading. It's not the most exciting reading, but it's really healthy and good. And you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've done a lot of healing. And a lot of people can't honestly heal their inner child. They refuse to look at the things that prevented them from going back there. Trauma you have to reface. Bullshit you got to relook at. Connections you got to go back to. Opening up the old chapters of your life that you thought you closed and locked and sealed for good. Unsealing those. For some of you guys, I am getting that you either spent some time in juvenile hall or you were in juvenile court. I am getting sealed court documents. There's something around that you healed. I did hear desperate times call for desperate measures. So if you were a child in that situation, I feel like you were either desperate for food, resources, money, and you had to do something about it. But obviously it was illegal. I don't think it was legal. The energy I'm picking up there. It's like forgiving yourself for all the times you betrayed yourself. That's another thing about healing your inner child, Gemini, is a lot of times we have to grieve a lot when we heal our inner child, because when we go back and we realize I was accountable for myself being in that situation. I was accountable for myself putting myself in that situation. I was accountable for my part in that relationship. I was accountable for this and that. Even if we were in abusive, traumatic, negative situations, relationships, friendships, you know, coworker relationships, whatever they are, you're realizing that you either chose to stay in that, you chose to indulge in that, you chose to be a part of that, and if negative things happen because of it, you're realizing I initially put my foot in that. I initially walked into that or stayed in that, and I could have got myself out of it. And sometimes we have to grieve those versions of ourselves that let our own selves down. And I feel like you've gone through that transformation phase. You've gone through that period. Because I am picking up someone that's been through a little bit of a traumatic relationship, whether it was a parent-guardian relationship or a romantic. I am getting it's more love than anything. And you're grieving the part of you that felt they needed to stay in that or deserve that or didn't hold enough value to leave that. and you work through the negative emotions of basically letting yourself down, which we all have to work through that when we heal our inner child because we take accountability back of our lives. We have the rattlesnake. This is perfect, Gemini. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your life purpose as a healer. Healers show other people how to heal. Healers don't take a magic wand or aren't a doctor and not a nurse. Of course, those are healers in their own right. But healing the soul, healing the psyche, healing our inner child, we show people how to do that by us doing that ourselves. So you're acting as a beacon of light for a lot of people here, Gemini. But I love you. I wish you the very, very best. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell on the side. It will alert you when Gemini readings are posted. If you do want a personal, go down below, follow the link. Drink your water this week, Gemini. Be kind to people, and I love you.